Hello YouTube viewers. I'm going to call this picking the right ammo for your 22 long rifle. Now, some of you probably already know this, I'm sure a lot of you do, but I'm sure there's some out there that either don't know, haven't taken the time to test different ammos, or just didn't realize that there was a huge difference in different ammos matched with different guns. So I've got 10 different ammos that I used, all on separate targets. Out at the range, I took 10 shots at each target. So we'll get started here. First round is a Winchester Super X 40 grain round nose. And there's the little bullet right there. Not one of my favorites, but it didn't do too bad. I've got 10 in the black here, but we've got some other shots that were strays from the target. I had these lined up in rows of 3 in vertical. So that's the Winchester Super X 40 grain round nose, 10 in the black, and then some strays from the one next to it, which was the Winchester Super X 36 grain hollow point. Okay, I know I got a 40 grain and I got a 36 grain. They're going to shoot differently. We're not looking at accuracy, we're looking at consistency, grouping. And at each target I was shooting dead center on the bull. So number 2 here, only 2 in the black, a couple that landed below. I am thinking that these others that are off target here were from the Winchester Super X 36 grain that was firing high, because there's a telltale there. These are 6-inch targets, so that's probably a 6-inch spread there, and then add on a few more inches. Our third bullet is the Arms Core 36 grain hollow point. Now again, this is a 36 grain. It should be consistent with this, and it's not. We've got 1, 2, 3 in the black in the upper quadrant, 1 and 2 o'clock, whereas this 36 grain was down in the 4 and 5 o'clock. So those are the first 3 rounds. Obviously they don't shoot very well with my Ruger 1022. So here are the next 3 in line here, and this was the attitude that they were in. They were taped top to bottom. So the next round is Federal Target Grade Auto Match 40 grain round nose. And as you can see, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 in the black. Pretty wide spread. Not the best in my 1022. Next ammo, Federal Champion 40 grain round nose. Same manufacturer, same grains, and you can see here we've got a real big spread. Again, it's a 6-inch target, so nearly a 6-inch spread between the one at 7 o'clock and the one at 2 o'clock. And then the next round here is CCI Blazer 40 grain round nose. I like these rounds. They work pretty well on the 1022. As you can see, we've got a good grouping here, and I believe we can count all 10. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably a 10th one in there. So not bad. Pretty good group. Spread out to about 2 to 3, 2.5 inch grouping. So those work fairly well in your 1022. Well, at least in mine. And here are the last 4. Here we have the CCI Standard Velocity 40 grain round nose bullet. Not bad grouping. All within 3 inches, 3.5 inches maybe. Works pretty well. Our next round is the Remington Thunderbolts 40 grain round nose. Fairly inexpensive, probably pretty easy to find, and again, not bad grouping. We move on to the Remington Bucket O Bullets 36 grain hollow point. These are the ones you can find at Dick's Sporting Goods. You get a whole bucket of 1,400 rounds, about $75, 5-6 cents a round. Pretty good price, great price, but I will tell you, they're not very consistent. As you can see, we got about a 5.5 inch spread. They are dirty, dirty, dirty rounds. if you don't clean your 22, don't shoot these for a long time. And then the last one here, Federal 36 grain hollow points. Again, not very good. Not sure where the rest of the rounds ended up. We've got one there off the paper, another one there. I'm assuming those two also go with this group. So now let me show you what I like shooting, what I found to really work the best in my gun. And I've actually been able to get some 3-shot groups that you can cover up with a quarter. From my previous video you actually saw those, and I'll show those to you now. Okay, so I'm a little hesitant to tell you about these rounds because they're available. They're not too expensive, about 10 cents a round if you find them online, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because we're all in this together. Geckos semi-auto, 40 grain round nose. Really nice bullets. They're a little oily when you go to load them in your magazine. If you happen to drop one that's going to get dirt on it, you're going to need to wipe it off, but it makes them cycle really well. This was the first 10. Not too bad, probably about 3 inches. And then the second group, as you can see, they're pretty tight. So from the center to the outside edge is 3 inches. So that's probably about 2-inch group on that. So these are the ones that cycle the best. On all these it was 100 yards, and I wasn't taking a lot of time. I wasn't doing the breathing exercises. I basically just fired off 10 at center just to see how they all compared. So there you go. Try different rounds in your 22s. Each gun's going to react differently to different rounds. Who knows, you may find the Winchester Super X works great in your gun and you can get tight groups like this. If so, let me know, I'll sell you mine. But so that's it. I hope it helps some of you that didn't know the difference between rounds, how they react in the guns. Just gives a little bit of insight as to how ammo works. So that's it. Hope I didn't bore you.